Raise your horns high and let your spirit flow. It's the classic metal wrap-up show. Feel the rush, let the loudness grow. It's the classic metal wrap-up show.
So
he would never admit this, but you have to imagine that there's some quid pro quo, some payola, something going on here, because he mentions some of these same people over
Tuck
and over
Smith,
and over.
Rival Sons,
and some of them, yeah. And always got the Sick Boy motorcycle
Right.
shirt on everywhere he goes. Is Sick Boy your cousin, your brother? Do they pay you for this advertising? Why
Well-
are you always? Is it just going to give you the free merch, and so you're lit cheap and don't want to buy a T-shirt? We know that you don't do that though, because you threw the CMS shirt away. So. So,
what? But do you remember the deal with the
I
Sick
have my
Boy?
wrap-up shirt on.
Yeah, but the Sick Boy. Remember, in this group, I made some kind of a remark. I'm like, so what's the deal with this motorcycle brand? And they're like, it's not even a motorcycle brand; it's a fictitious motorcycle brand.
Yeah, it's just apparel.
Yeah, it's
is
just
what it is.
apparel,
Yeah,
but it
it's
always says
just-
motorcycles on it. So I'm like, what the fuck?
I think it's the wear while you're riding your it's kind of like the docking bike. It's you once a year, you put on the Sick Boy shirt, you put on the docking bike, you ride around to the 7-Eleven, you ride back, and there was your yearly ride like Neely does.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. That's what I'm saying. There's got to be, for him to constantly bring up Rival Sons, the Struts. I mean, just over and over the same bands every time. And either he's that limited in his scope of music, which I also go to because I don't think he really listens. I honestly do not believe that. There's been times where he's had the guests on the show and they said, "Hey, did you hear this or did you hear that?" And then he says no. You know what I'm saying? So, like literally, they sent him the fucking record. He didn't bother to hit fucking play before the interview.
When you listen to this episode, I know somebody brings up the band or the singer Dorothy, which the band's Dorothy too, but he just raves and raves about her, and I'm like, you know what, this motherfucker probably couldn't even name one of her songs.
Or if he can, it's because she slipped it to him and said, "I'm going to pay you a couple $100. Could you mention me on tomorrow's show? Thanks, pal."
Right.
My point is like he always acts like his schedule's so packed. He can't, dude. If you are flying on that flight from Vegas to LA through the airports, you don't put headphones on like Evil would do and just put on your phone, Bluetooth, and just rock out in the airport while you're waiting to get on. I mean, you have time to listen to shit if you choose to. You just don't choose to because you're so self-absorbed with your own fucking shit.
How about this?
It boils down to the NAMM thing. If they're not paying me, I don't show up. I don't give a fuck. They don't care if they're my friends or not. So, hey, this one, I love that.
This
one.
is funny.
Oh God!
I'm wondering if they could do a Neely version with a Docket T-shirt.
I like how it says pictures of the master as a kid and as a 16-year-old. The master. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love that group. That's one of my favorite groups now. So.
And they are fun. I mean, I could say, wouldn't it be fun to have like a rumble chat while the trunk show is going? Now, see, that would be fun, unlike the CMS rumble chat where they're all just shit-faced nudniks that have like the IQ of a fucking ant.
Yeah, and that's who the moderators are deciding who gets to fucking hang out in these places. I should make mention for the CMS fan group on Facebook that we're a part of. You know, part of the reason why our postings have become limited to none in that group, and if the moderator or admin of that group watches our show ever, it's because they all say pending, bro. You got me and the wrap up show all on pending, so I can't post anything. It literally it says there's literally probably 12 or 15 or 20 fucking pending posts in there that you never posted. So I don't bother to try to post because it's not going to get posted. I'm on some kind of filter or something set up there. So CMS group guy, if you want the wrap up show to participate still, then you got to somehow get our posts up there. They're just fucking stacking up. So
I think that has something to do with his settings or something. You know,
it's probably that's what it is. And but whereas the Trump group, they haven't blocked Evil. They all seem to give me a lot of
they love Bob Leather.
Yeah, so we just start throwing shit over there instead. So, and like, you know, I think Shrunk is just as deserving of some attention as Brother Niels is.
Well, and he's more entertaining.
Stays more on topic.
Yeah, more on topic, and he has callers and and the moderator of this particular group. Unless you say something fucking racist, anything's a fair game, I think.
Yeah, if you're just banging on Ed, he's fine with it. They just let it go up there. So, and Ed sees or hears about some. That's why I hope just one time he sees the Ed doll. I just want to.
Isn't it funny? Ed has Raymond, and they have Jackal.
Jackal, yes, these are the gatekeepers of the shows.
Gatekeeper of the CMS,
the bumper stickers.
Yeah, the CMS bumper stickers.
So that's almost as entertaining as the next thing I'm going to bring up to you to get your take on this. So Skid Row and Sweetwater have paired up, and Sweetwater is going to help them find a singer.
That's crazy. Which you remember we had this conversation about it. At this point, they should probably either get ZP back or get Buck, right? That's kind of where they're at, but it looks like they're going to get a new singer.
They are so anti-Sebastian Bach. They'd rather shoot fish in a barrel and take some guy off the fucking street who they have no clue what his personality is, what his ability to fucking sing night to night on a tour is. This obviously is going to get them attention and some, whatever, because it'll probably be a show or a made for Netflix or whatever the fuck. Who knows? But the point is, it just seems odd to me that you hate Seabass so much. You're like, I'll take fucking Javish from fucking India.
But it makes sense, though. They'll get a nobody that they can throw peanuts at.
Yeah, but my point is that those peanuts might only last for 6 months if they're like Grunwald and they go AWOL after fuck you and your tour, I'm out. It's like,
especially if they they can sing, and then they start building a base with the fan base, and then they'll just take that fan base and split.
I just have to say, though, that has to be something wrong internally, y'all, because Grunwald is on tour with Schenker and he's doing dates. So it wasn't a touring issue. It wasn't his health. It was you. It was Rachel. It was the band. Something in there, you drove him off.
It might have been.
Own it.
It might have been just the grind, though, huh?
It could be, but why would he go out and do the grind with Schenker? Is Schenker playing any places that are that much bigger than Skid Row?
Well, yeah. He did all those Japanese dates. He did the Budokan and all those major.
When he came through Sacramento, he played Goldfields and Roseville, the same venue Skid Row played. Same venue.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, in the U.S., yeah, he's not playing very, very large.
So
venues.
If Grunwald will go fucking pack up the bags and hit the fucking skids in these other countries and places doing that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that Skid Row, when they've had singers in place, these fuckers just play. I think they play a hell of a lot more extensive than Schenker. I think when they had Eric in the band, they did a free gig at the Illinois casino, which isn't that far from Portland, and then like a year later, they were still doing shows, and the last time they played in Oregon was in Eugene with Buck Cherry, another band that just fucking plays constantly. So that might have worn on him. I don't think he ever did that.
So do they do that because that's the only way? Again, okay, so let me understand this, because if the venue is roughly the same size when they're in a place like Sacramento or the general region as Schenker, so why does Michael do so many less dates? Why is because he's willing to live in an apartment and Rachel needs a fucking mansion? Why would Rachel
I think Schenker
drag them?
Yeah, Schenker lives in Europe, but he's getting the lion's share, and I'm sure he probably gets more money than Skid Row, I would guess.
Or at least is able to divide up the money he does get more for himself and pay the other guys less.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's got to be tough, though, because again, isn't Snake the manager of Skid Row? So, you have the manager in the
They
band.
say that, and I do believe that, but I still believe that, like, if the offer comes in, I don't think Snake could just say yes. I think he
Sure.
has to call Rachel
Oh,
and
yeah,
say,
yeah.
Rachel, are we doing
But-
this?
But
I
wait.
still think all roads end at the
Yeah.
Bolin on the bass guitar in Skid Row, in my opinion.
But
Go ahead.
wait, you know what they actually need, because I believe this guy's suddenly become available.
Mhm.
They need Green Bomb.
Oh, that's the road manager they need to put it all
Yeah,
together.
yeah. You know, once
Help
they
them
get the
find the
singer.
proper Arnell, yeah, from overseas, from Jakarta or something. They
Mhm.
can pay him 300
Yeah.
shekels a night, 300 of his country shekels, which to them is like $30, and that would probably be right up their alley. But yeah, but would they go play in every bar in Toledo and
Right.
Canton and all these places, and then run him off because they did 120 shows in fucking
Mhm.
1 year and his throat's toast? The music is hard to sing, so it's like for that
Sure.
reason alone, you think they would dial it back a little bit. Like if Grunwald said, "Hey, I want to be in your band, Rachel, but can we do 60 dates to 90
Mhm.
next year?" And Rachel so broke, he was like, "I can't fucking live without those 30
I'm
dates
thinking
now."
that's the case. I'm thinking that's the case. He wanted
I
to be
guess
a
so.
slave driver. And you got to keep in mind, though, I mean, the Eric had cancer, and having, my dad went through the whole cancer treatment. That fucking kicks your ass, and you're years later, you're still, you still have your ass kicked. So, and it gets worse as you get older. So
I
he's not that
totally
old of
agree,
a
but it
dude.
just seems odd that a year or two ago he's saying that he can't do that, and literally, if you look right now, he's out there doing 30
Oh,
or
yeah.
40 dates with Schenker. So it just
Sure.
seemed to me like, well, then
Well,
obviously you're
and
not traveling and you're going around Europe and other countries.
and
Just
it
fine,
probably
playing
doesn't
shows.
hurt that Shanker's probably nicer to him. You know what I mean?
And yeah, that's my point. I think it's part of this a personality issue. Is Rachel Bowen
Right.
a fucking dick? Let's just be straight. Maybe it's not Sebastian Bach who's the dick. Maybe it's Rachel Bowen's a fucking dick. I don't know. I'm not saying
Or
he is.
maybe
I
it's
never
when they're
talked to the
both
fucking
together,
guy.
it's impossible.
I love his
It doesn't
music,
work.
by the way. Rachel, if you're watching this, I don't hate you. I love your music and I love your bass player. I play Spectre basses partially because of you and your fucking
Mhm.
bass tone. But I don't know. I have to ask a question of how Thart, Harnell,
Mhm.
Grunwald, Bach, Solinger, they can't all be wrong. At some point in
Right.
time, it's you. There's something wrong with you and the band. There's something this
Don't you think
arrangement.
Harnell was a bad fucking fit? Eek.
I completely agree with some
I
of
mean,
those,
he's a
but they
great
went,
singer, but he's just a bad
they
fit.
yeah, but they had to go that route because why? Because they shit the bed with the other guy, right?
Mhm.
The other guy walked off. Solinger eventually said "fuck you" and took off, or
Yeah.
whoever. I'm just saying, it just always seems to be constant controversy and turmoil. Even back then, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Fallon was the guy until Bach walked in the door. So clearly
Mhm.
they weren't even satisfied with the guy that was on the vocals. They were still shopping on the aisle for the next guy. It just seems like they're always shopping on the aisle for the next guy. At what
Right.
point in time do you just say, hey, this is the guy and we'll fucking figure it out? And if he needs to do 30 next shows last year because he has cancer, we'll fucking do that. And if he fucking needs to do more shows because he's a broke dick like me on bass, we'll do that. Whatever the case is, it just seems like there's always an issue with Rachel Bowen, Sick Sabo, and their frontman. And I'm gonna go online and saying I don't think it's Scotty Hill because I don't never heard anyone
no.
go, well, Scotty caused me to leave the band.
No. That cross-eyed bastard's pretty tame, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah.
point. He's like, he says, no, you never hear that fucking ass and that fucking Hill guy is the reason why I'm
Yeah.
out of here. Like that's
Yeah.
not, so it's clearly one of the two. It's Sabo or Bolin, the guys that own this thing and how they run it and how they do it. Something's wrong. Something's not right. I'm not saying
Well,
wrong
yeah.
for them. I'm saying wrong for the front man, clearly, because that's why
Mhm.
you keep changing them like diapers every 2 or 3 years. There's a new guy singing in your fucking band, dude. So I just think it's interesting. They're going to go with Sweetwater and make this whole thing out of it. I imagine it's going to be some kind of a show or a presentation or something online you can watch or view. And if it is, I will be the first to say I'll probably turn it on and see who's competing to become the singer of fucking Skid Row. I wonder what this is. Let's Rachel take notes from Evil. Do it like a Big Brother style where they have to move into a house with you guys for a couple of
yeah.
You
Right.
make them jump through fucking hurdles and shit and fucking slide through water slides into fucking, pools full of dead fish and weird shit to make them become the singer of Skid Row.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Besides your vocal prowess, can you survive the
Yeah.
fucking labyrinth of death over here that Snake
Yeah.
has made? So I'm just saying for entertainment purposes, you could turn this into a whole thing.
Right.
Probably just be more like each guy walking up going, "Everything in life you got."
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So that's what it's really going to be is all these guys like cattle called into a
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
Rachel sitting there at a table like Steven Tyler on The Voice or whatever, or fucking
Mm-hmm.
some of these shows, American Idol, judging
Yeah.
in the. Well, Jose from Patagonia. I
Yeah.
don't know if that worked for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, what is this going to be? So apparently they're going to search for a singer. I didn't get to get all the details. I just saw that this advertisement basically on my Facebook from
Mm-hmm.
Sweetwater saying that Skid Row's announced they're searching for a singer. Interesting.
Yeah.
Which brings me to my next point. Evil is going to go see the man who should be getting that job back in May.
Oh, Bach, huh?
Yes,
Where's
Sebastian
he
Bach has
playing?
been announced. He is playing here in Grants Pass at our May festival, our Boatnik they call it
Oh,
festival,
okay.
where they have the boats racing up and down the rivers.
Right.
They got a lot of it's almost like a county fair with the
Mm-hmm.
rides and all that shit. Then they have a big stage at this ball field where they always have. That's where I saw Queensryche and
Right.
Firehouse and etc. So yes, this year our little town is our rock headliner for the year is going to be Mr. Sebastian Bach. I believe he's returning. He did this about 5 or 6, 7 years ago with our town before, so he's coming back, and I get a CMS bonus that I'm so excited to see. Honestly, because well, I'm going to wear this shirt right in the
Yeah.
front row. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I get anywhere near any of them, I'm going to say, hey, my brother's Neely.
Oh,
But yes, Plush will be the opener, ladies and
no
gentlemen.
shit.
Yes,
Nice.
Sebastian Bach and Plush.
Oh, wow.
Double bill for
There you
the
go.
cost of the Bach ticket. I get to see Plush. So
And
yeah.
as a bonus, you might get to see Brent Woods.
Possibly. I
Yeah.
was wondering if he was going to be on guitar. I was
Now
hoping
that
so,
would be
'cause he's been
awesome. You
using
get
some other
a
guy lately.
you get a photo with Brent Woods and that T-shirt that you're
Ooh,
wearing.
there you go. There we go. There we go. We're talking. So so yeah, my little town in May is gonna rock. Sebastian Bach will be doing all the hits of Skid Row, which
But
me and
wait,
my son wants to go check that out
what
for
would
sure.
be
'Cause
awesome is if you got a photo with one or all the ladies from Plush. That would and that
I'm
shirt.
I think old Ashley, the bass player, needs to snuggle up to Uncle Evil here and get a photo up.
That would be cool. Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, and like I just so happened they were like Sebastian Bach and Plush, and I was like, usually they have
Yeah,
Jim and his band opening or
sure.
something, so to have Plush opening was just kind of a bonus. I thought, oh,
Wow.
yeah,
Oh,
the
that's cool.
CMS gods looked down upon me and said, we're
Right.
going to give you. I mean, look, only way it could have been better is if it was Don Doc and
Ooh.
Plush. That would have been the package there, because maybe I could have got some Brother Neely time, but I'll take it. I'm actually at least Sebastian Bach can sing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Don
And
Doc can do.
as much of a dive as Plush have taken, I mean it's rock, right? I
Yeah,
mean
and then they're
it's
just an
worth
opener.
checking
I'm
out.
like, yeah, I'll go get a
I'd be
half hour, or
curious.
45 minutes of them doing
Yeah, I'll
it.
be curious to see what you think. I mean, I haven't seen Plush in a bit. I think the last time I saw them, they opened up for Slash and Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators and at the Roseland, but that was years ago. I mean, I'd like to say that was what, fuck, I don't know, 2018, 19 maybe. I don't know. So
Eight
it's
years
been a
ago,
little bit.
6 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I've never got to see him, so just so happens they're going to be. I think that I'm going to guess, and the agent is the same, and they got
Hmm.
some kind of a package through the agent to get both bands, and so yeah, I'm totally stoked for that. Nothing that I would totally go see Jim and Emissary again, but I've seen Jim
Sure,
and Emissary the last 2 years, so to get Plush, maybe they'll put Jim. Maybe I'll get super lucky. It's Jim and
sure.
Emissary, and then Plush, and then
Right.
Sebastian Bach.
There you
But I
go.
think with Jim and Emissary, they're so heavy. I think they're probably they're more for the
Hmm.
I think that it probably will just be Plush,
Queensryche. Yeah.
and then Bach. They'll probably give us like 45 minutes of Plush, and then a full Sebastian Bach set. So
Nice.
yeah, I think me and my son will be going to check out Sebastian Bach doing all the Skid Row hits, and
Hmm.
yeah. So that was our rock concert just got announced, and yeah,
Oh.
I'm hoping to see someone from Plush, because I'm going to say,
Hmm.
hey, did you guys match your outfits?
Yeah.
Because Aiken told you.
Yeah. I go, hey, what's your relationship with Aiken IT these days?
Aiken IT these days.
Oh, I was just going to mention now that you brought rock shows. Well, remember I mentioned that we're having the Jackal the band, the cool band, not the asshole human.
Not the
Um,
the guy in
uh,
Ohio.
But that's on September 26th. Guess what's also on September 26th, which is a Saturday night?
I don't know.
The Motley Tesla Extreme
Tesla.
Show.
Ooh, what's
Yeah.
the chances of that?
Yeah.
How
I
far
was
apart
like,
are they?
which what?
How far apart,
Oh,
distance wise? Like,
oh shit. Well, I mean the
where are they
Jackal
playing?
shows in the Dalles. I mean, that's like an
Oh, it's in
hour
the
and a
Dalles
half.
itself. Okay, I didn't know if they
Hour
were
and
in
a,
Portland or
yeah,
something.
hour
Where
and a
they were
half.
playing.
Yeah, if it was in
Yeah, yeah,
Portland,
yeah.
that'd be,
And
a
then
30-minute drive or whatever. But
yeah.
but yeah, I'm just sitting there
Yeah.
going, fuck. Extreme is
That's
so
a tough
good.
one.
Extreme
Yeah,
is so
and
good.
Tesla, as much as
Yeah, and
people knock
Tesla's
it.
good for about 5 songs, and then Jeff
Yeah,
Keith's voice goes into like Mickey Mouse mode or something.
they won't be playing more than 40 or 50 minutes anyways, because
Sure.
Motley Crue is going to be the hit taking over the big stage
Hmm.
there. So yeah, no, you could always, and you do what I love Tesla, but there's usually like they'll play Little Susie or something, and I'll be like,
Sure.
I'm gonna go get a
Yeah,
dog and a beer. I'll be
they're gonna
back.
do
You
that and
know?
Love Song. Those are the
Yeah,
two
whatever.
songs where you go,
Yeah, yeah.
hey, I gotta go do. Yeah,
Yeah, go take a piss and get something to eat and be
I'm
back
gonna
in a
go look
second.
at
Yeah.
their $80 t-shirts.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I usually check out the merch. Yes. So,
yeah,
but yeah, that's a tough one because yeah, Jekyll in a smaller venue
yeah,
too. It's kind of fucked. That's
yeah,
that's what are the chances?
yeah.
Because
I
we
mean,
don't get the many Amy shows coming through. The chances they're
well,
coming
not
through on the
through the
same Saturday.
Northwest anymore. I mean, if you look
That's my
at all
point. Yeah.
the shows, I think we were going over some shows. I mean, the Black Crows and Whiskey Myers is only in fucking
Idaho.
Boise.
Hmm.
Um, what that filters coming through with like a couple other bands, and they're only playing in Wenatchee, Washington, which is basically closer to Idaho.
So
I mean,
yeah, it's almost on the
northern area.
Spokane side, right, or
Yeah,
something. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I mean,
The
yeah,
eastern half.
a lot of. Well, thankfully, we get Testament in April. I mean, Testament and Overkill. Is it
Yeah,
Overkill? It is Overkill, right?
yes, it is Overkill.
Yeah,
Yes, it's a legit show.
yeah,
That's one I'm very much pondering about changing some shit around and just fucking driving up and doing it. But I'll let you know very soon on
yeah.
that if I'm gonna. So yeah, no, that's probably the most, yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna get Bach and Plush on the same fucking Friday night or Saturday night here in my
Yeah.
little fucking two bunk town. That's pretty. The stars are aligning because usually
Hmm.
we are lucky to get one motherfucker to even stop in this town. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Everything
I
else I've been
forget.
looking at is down south. Yeah, it's like I got to decide some of
Yeah.
these other things. It's like if I really want to do something, I'd have to drive all the way to the Bay Area. So a lot of plans that I want to see are playing in San Francisco directly, but I have to fucking deal with the city
Hmm.
and the bridge and the toll and the drive and the shit. Fuck. So it's a
Well,
nightmare.
I mean, when in April are you seeing Bach? Did you say
It's in May actually.
May?
It's it'll probably be the Memorial Day, whatever's the late Memorial Day weekend in May.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like the 25th this year. I think is Monday's Memorial Day.
Yep, it'll be that weekend of
Oh,
Memorial
nice.
Day. It's usually a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday thing they do there.
I'm looking at
The bands usually only play Friday or Saturday night.
yeah.
So
Oh, because Sebastian Bach's in Portland on March 2nd. I was trying to figure out. I knew he was coming to Portland. I just don't remember.
mhm.
Didn't remember the month. But it's at the Aladdin. That Aladdin theater is really. I think capacity is. I think it's under 500.
It's not very big and it's
Not
old,
very
isn't it?
big. Yeah, it's not very big. I mean, it's and the sound isn't great and it has seats, but everybody always crowds to the front and then yeah, I
You
don't
can't
know.
see anything from where you're
Yeah.
sitting. Yeah.
Outdoor is the way to go, I think, for Sebastian Bach because I've seen him
Well,
in
that's what's going to
small,
happen
yeah,
down here, and that's why I'm going to go do it that way because it's an outdoor. They just
right.
big stage out there in a ball field basically, and
Hmm.
grass everywhere. So you can
Hmm.
bring your own chair. There's some bleachers and shit too, but I usually just stand up and watch. So and yeah, and it usually sounds pretty good there. It's like for they always got. It's not like it's about he'll only have 1,000 or 2,000 people there or something,
Sure.
but it'll be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole town for my town, which is only a 40,000 person town, that's a good chunk of the town will be there,
Sure.
and all the rockers will be there, and he'll be doing all the stuff. And he can sing. I can't take that away from him. He still sings pretty fucking well for his age.
Hmm.
So, which is amazing for a guy. I mean, again, that material's not easy to sing. So the fact that he's even anywhere close to where
Right.
his fucking age doing it all the time. So yeah, that's what's going on in my world. I don't really think there's any rock news or other things we got to talk about. You got
No,
any,
I mean the big one was Twisted Sister, really. I mean the D throwing in the towel for now, and then JJ and Eddie saying, "Yeah, we'll let you know more in a few weeks. You know what's happening with the band." Um,
yeah,
who knows?
yeah, they might have to just call, I don't know, Blaze Bailey and say, "Want to
Blaze
talk to
Bailey.
us?"
Have you seen we gotta pull a clip next time we chat. But were you ever a fan of Wolfsbane, the Blaze Bailey's band?
I can't say I'm a fan, but I have because I'm that dork. When he joined Iron
Oh,
Maiden, I
Iron
said, "Who the
Maiden.
fuck?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, "Who the fuck's Wolfsbane?" And so I had to search out a Wolfsbane album, and my buddy, I had a buddy fucking
Yeah.
dredged up, like burned a copy of a
Yeah.
Wolfsbane thing and gave it to me. And so no, they're interesting. I actually was watching some video recently, just a couple of weeks ago, of Wolfsbane live
Oh,
somewhere in some
yeah.
put or something, and they're
Yeah.
rocking it and stuff. And it was a
Jesus
packed little
Christ, they
place,
look like shit.
Oh, they're all the guy, the guitar player
Yeah.
was sitting down, wasn't he?
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Yeah, I
just
think he
like,
was.
fuck.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
he's about like Paul Diano about to lose a leg or something.
yeah, I remember seeing, I mean, I saw Wolfsbane. I'm I've never seen them live, but I remember watching the video on Headbangers Ball and going, what the fuck? It sounds like Van Halen, with Bruce Dickinson and like a little bit of punk rock mixed in.
It has a. I was
Yeah.
just gonna say, it has a little dash of
Yeah.
punkness in there,
Right.
so
Yeah.
English punk style to it.
Mhm.
That's interesting. So yeah, yeah. But I just give us fucking around. I'm just saying, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not even knocking Blaze because actually, I'm one of the few people I think they go the future. Well,
Yeah.
I can go back.
Oh,
And
yeah,
there's a
yeah,
few Blaze songs I can listen to.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a dork enough again of Maiden that they could. Steve Harris could probably shit a song with no vocals, and I'd be like, hey, I'll still listen to it, Steve.
Yeah. And and I forget how long ago it's been, but Blaze actually did do a gig in Portland. He did Seattle, Portland, and then obviously Sacramento area, and then Bay, Sacramento Bay area, LA kind of thing, Vegas.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt bad because I went to the show and I had gotten comped and I had actually done like an interview with Blaze, and he was all geeked about doing West Coast tour and doing Northwest, and then it was like the venue probably had like 75 fucking people. It's one of those things where the a lot of the openers relatives, friends and family show up, so I'm like, "Oh shit, pretty good turnout." And then they split and then it's like poof, 75
Same
people.
things happen every
Yeah.
time you go see a show at the Whiskey, where they put
Mhm.
6 bands on the bill, and 2 or 3 bands are in the house early, and then they leave, and half their people left. And
Well-
no matter what band it is, I mean, unless you're fucking Guns N' Roses or something, or Motley Crue or
What?
something, this is
You
always
mean
that way.
you mean that happens for Garden of Eden too?
Absolutely, and Don Dokken even probably with all his openers. I'm sure
Mhm.
there's some openers get in there and they
Right.
bring their 20 of their buddies to hit the bar and get to pre-sell the tickets, and then they're like, "Hey, do I want to sit here and listen to Don Dokken moan the rest of the night? No,
Sure.
I'm out." So,
Yeah.
which again, something Neely would never admit to, but we know happens. And so, but that, I don't blame Blaze because when was the last time any he even thought, I mean, like his era in Maiden was already 20,
Oh
30
yeah.
years ago. I mean, yeah, it's been a long time already.
Sure.
And the chances, and he doesn't tour enough here to like really muster up a following or something. So yeah, he probably does 100 people at a pub somewhere.
Mhm.
Even in England, it looked like it was about 200 people in a bar. But I kind of, sometimes I'm a dork. I like those kind of shows sometimes. That's kind of
Mhm.
show I may go to, actually, just because you're closer up to the dude. And if you like the music, then you get the better opportunity to be right there with them doing the music than seeing them when they're playing some other fucking place. And it's, you're 10 rows away. And yeah. So, but yeah. Maybe that's who Rachel Bolan should call. Blaze.
Blaze. Yeah.
You see him singing some Skid Row. 18 and alive.
Yeah, right.
No, how about I mean, you could call Ripper. Ripper could do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
You're not buying Ripper for Skid Row?
I don't know. I mean, I used to be a big fan of Ripper, but I think I don't know what happened. I think right after he did his time with Yngwie, I've just kind of become less of a fan. I mean, I think my peak uh, uh, period where I really liked Ripper was when he was in Iced Earth, because I happened to
Mhm.
um, watch catch a couple shows, when he was in the band. Um, but then after that, he did Ingve, and I'm like, well, this could be interesting, and it was a little bit, but that didn't last because I think with Ripper, I mean, I think the one thing I've seen throughout the years is that he's just kind of like a insert here type guy. He doesn't write songs. He doesn't, I mean, I think he probably has some input into how he phrases things and how he sings the songs, but overall, I mean, he's not a songwriter. And I think that's where he's lacking a little bit.
I think that's where Demolition and Jugulator do lack a
Hmm.
little bit, is that
Yeah.
you don't really remember the words to the songs. There's
Right.
no particular chorus of a song where you're like, I'm waiting, I'm going to sing along with him right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, does he hit the notes for the Halford
Hmm.
songs?
Oh yeah.
But we all know those melodies and those words are written by the
Right.
metal god. And
Right.
that's the reason why you remember them, because time has proven that he knows how to write a song or two that might end up on someone's head. Yeah, for sure. I love Ripper's voice, actually.
Sure.
Just like
Yeah.
I could watch him go do that KK's Priest on YouTube right now, and I have
Hmm.
I'll watch the whole show,
And
not
that's pretty
skip a
good
beat.
too. I mean,
Yeah.
what he's doing with KK is pretty good too. So,
I kind of, that's kind of another one that's on my secret checklist. I'm like, if they can get around here and I could get the
hmm,
right date and time, I'd like to go see that.
right.
Because they also dive and play some things from the Priest catalog that Priest doesn't play. And
Hmm.
so, and I think, no offense to Rob, but I think Ripper's voice actually in a couple of those deeper tracks kind of lends itself to doing it, because he's got a little more high end there. He can still
Hmm.
sometimes hold, but yeah. So, but well, well, again, who I have a feeling we're going to end up with some guy
Hmm.
from Tasmania as a singer of Skid Row that we've never heard of.
Yeah,
And he'll get in there for
probably.
like 6 months and do a tour, and then be like, fuck these guys,
Yeah.
they're fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Or my health, I can't do it. My health. Oh, I gotta go
Yeah.
home, Rach. I don't
Yeah.
feel good. Call somebody else. Call Tony Harnell. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Do you
Oh
think Tony
man.
Harnell was just a personality difference? Because we know that, I mean, he didn't, in my opinion, didn't sing the songs very, like, it doesn't sound like what they should.
Yeah, he
But
didn't sing them like it. Yeah, I
I
think it
think he
was
was
probably a
also a strong enough
personality.
personality where he was like, fuck you, I'm
Yeah,
not
and
doing, I
and
don't
he
jump
and
when you tell me to jump.
he's an older guy too. I mean, I think he's
Yeah.
got a good 7, 8 years on them. So
Mhm.
he's probably wise enough to go, wait a minute, I see what's happening here. Fuck you guys.
Yeah. And pretty much, yeah, like you're at the beck and call of the bassy and the guitar player. When they
Hmm.
want you to do something, they're going to go set it up to do, and you got to just jump and go do it, probably. So yeah, that's probably not, because they're the only way they're probably going to get this to work is to get somebody that's completely fucking.
Hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully, by the time I see Bach in May, they'll have some announcement that's Skid Row's doing the
Hmm.
show or the competition or whatever this is going to be with Sweetwater, and I'll be able to A B. Hey, here's the new guy they're getting, and here's Bach. I just saw Bach do this, and but you know, again, I'm like what I'm with. I'm very consistent, ladies and gentlemen. If he can be on stage, he probably should be. He should be
Hmm.
with them. I don't understand this whole. I'm the same with his sister. I don't get, if you're gonna do it, have the Animal and the D and
Yeah.
everybody. You're the only guys left. You're getting older. How much fighting can you fucking do when each one of you can look around and go, I only got 10 or 20 years left on this earth at all, so might as well just play. Let's have some fun.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't get it, No, everyone, even if the paycheck isn't always bigger, you're going to get more shine doing it with the OGs. You're going to move
Right.
more merch with the OGs. You're going to, in some way, get more out of it than if you just keep going and saying, fuck them, I'll just bring Joe Blow and the guitar tech, and here we go.
Hmm.
So, and I will say this, I'm going to give Sebastian a fair shake. What I've watched on YouTube is a little disappointing, because I'm a musician and my ears hear two guitars in every Skid Row song. And he always packs one guitar player. And I'm not
Hmm.
knocking the guy. They play the songs fine, but as soon as they go to a guitar solo, it sounds naked and empty, like there's no
Hmm.
other guitar there, which is weird to me. So I'm going to make that adjustment. But that has been my one gripe as a musician when watching Bach on YouTube, is I'm like, as soon as it goes to guitar solo, it sounds empty and it doesn't sound very full. And that's because there's, Snake or Scotty, whoever was doing the solo, the other one was always holding the rhythm down behind the other guy. And so kind of wish he would loosen the purse strings a little bit there and buy himself a rhythm guitar player. But
right.
Yeah. So, and if I see Brent Woods at the gig, if he does show up at this gig, I will, look right at him and say, Ronnie Radke sends his regards.
Oh, there you go. Hey,
I wouldn't do that to you, Brent. I wouldn't do that to you.
Go. Ed Trunk said to give you this. Pop.
Ronnie Radke said to let you know that he's looking to have a long conversation with you, Brent.
Yeah.
No, I would.
It's interesting though. I mean,
I would never. I don't
on
know
the
Brent Woods from anybody.
Ronnie Radke. So he'll rail on Trunk and Brent Woods, but then there's that footage of him sitting in a Tesla truck with Marilyn Manson, who has all these alleged, sexual assault type of charges. So it's like, yeah, you hypocrite. Fuck off.
I will say this again and again and again. If you go there and you immerse yourself in it, and especially if you stay there and live in it day in, day out, Holly Weird is Holly Weird. It's a weird fucking place with a bunch of scumbags. You can't, it's like trying to say, well, you're in the prison yard. Which good guy are you going to hang out with?
Yeah, right.
You're in the prison yard. I'm in a prison yard, motherfucker.
It's like you're on the Epstein list and you're saying, hey, that asshole's on the Epstein list, that cocksucker.
So,
and then you're on it too.
Yeah. And I don't know how many of you out there actually have spent time in Los Angeles. I have spent some time in my life. I mean, night after night in a hotel room on Sunset in these places playing. I'm just going to tell you, man, it's a scummy, shitty fucking place. Everyone's on it's like Vegas. Everyone's on the grind. Everyone's on the hustle. Everyone's got an angle. No one can be trusted. This is why Axl, when he really wrote those lyrics with Appetite, he really is encapsulating what it was really like to get off the bus and realize, holy fuck, I am in a shit fucking hole. Because when you come from the woods or the cornfields, it's kind of an eye opener when you get there. You go, holy shit! There's guys shitting here, shooting up there, fucking there, shooting guns over there. I mean, it's everywhere.
Now, why couldn't your brother write shit like that? Because he came from Indiana as well, and he had the mighty steel piston. He could have inserted all that lyrical knowledge into those lyrics, but instead we get, "Hey, man." What a dickhead.
He was right. Yeah. Rather than the problem with my brother Wendell is that he's a trend jumper. He rides the, and right now he thinks it's cool to be the mulleted 80s rocker guy. It's being different than all these other kids or he thinks in his mind, but really, a lot of these kids nowadays have got mullets and they're all looking like they're from 1982 too. So, that's just brother Wendell. The fact that they even let him bang on those electronic drums and pretend that he's a drummer, he's lucky that he got in the door. I mean, at any point in time, Rick Fox could have showed up and took his job, right? So.
Rick Fox.
So I'm just saying, there's a guy. So, but yeah. If you go to LA as brother Wendell did, and that's why Wendell left. Let's just say Wendell is far too clean and straight of an individual to ever exist in a place like Los Angeles, where everyone's on coke, heroin, methamphetamine, something, ecstasy, something. They're always fucked up on something. You can't trust them. It was almost like it's like it. I don't know. If you went down into New York City in the 70s or 80s, they'd probably tell you, don't bring your wallet. You're going to get pickpocketed and jump your shit.
Oh, yeah.
You go to Tijuana. What the first thing they tell you? Don't bring your wallet. Just bring a lump of cash in your front pocket and put your fucking fist right there and just walk with it because they're going to take your shit. It's like if you have a watch on your hand in Brazil, it's gone. These are these things that just, so Los Angeles to me, like for every time I've ever been there, even when you're on Sunset and you see that chick running by and she's a fucking 10 because she's in porn. She has the big titties and they're fake and they're bouncing and you got, and they're running on Sunset because they want you to look, because they are 10s. They want to show off the $30,000 fucking boob job they got and the suction job on their ass and their face. And they run right past. I was eating pizza on a whiskey gig. I was eating pizza. They did sound check early. I gotta find something to eat. Walk down Sunset, find this pizza parlor. I'm eating pizza and this chick's running up and down. But even her, I looked at her and said, she's a fucking porn slut, bro. She's out here running to get the next dick that's going to give
Right.
her a fucking 8 ball of coke, couple thousand in cash, take her
Right.
to a cheap hotel room, lose like a fucking whore. That's what LA is. So there is
Mhm.
no the idea for anyone that hasn't been there. I can't really put it to you until you go experience how weird they are and how corrupt all of them. There is
Yeah.
no like. There's not a single one of them with the idea of waking up tomorrow morning. Let's be at church service at 9 a.m. That doesn't exist. They don't do that there. I mean, maybe you might go to the ghetto and some outskirt towns and find a church and some normal, but in actual LA and Hollywood and even in Burbank and the places where there's TV industry and shit, it's just a weird fucking place, dude. So, all corrupted in my opinion. I'm not saying it's bad. You just got to know when you go there. If you're Ronnie Radke, you're going to hang out with some rock star guys who are probably shitbags.
Mm-hmm.
The truth. Me and Andrew were just discussing the accusations that that former Feldman's Angels, whatever
Oh
they called
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
She was saying that she left the thing because she thought that at some point in time, and this is allegedly, let's say this, all
Mm-hmm.
this is allegedly, I'm not there, I don't know, I'm just saying allegedly, she felt like Feldman might date rape her at some point in time with a drug, drink, spike her to
Mm-hmm.
drink. Would I be surprised that that's the kind of Hollywood shit he's
Yeah.
up to? No, that's what all these sick fucking the
Right.
Weinsteins, all these guys. Ron Jeremy was in the porn industry.
Oh
He
yeah.
got paid to fuck hot chicks. And he
Right.
was still raping chicks on the side because it wasn't good
Right.
enough. What the
That was
fuck,
fucking
dude?
nuts, man.
Your
That's
dick has been
nuts.
in thousands of women and you still can't, you gotta like violate someone when they're fucking like Bill
Mm-hmm.
Cosby type shit. That just shows you how they go to such extremes to gratify an ego and a fucking thing that they're all chasing that's not satisfied. That's why they became an actor. It's why they became a rock star. It's what they chase. I love Axl Rose as a frontman, but he's fucked up in the head. And what he's going around chasing by being a rock star is because he's fucked up in the head.
Mm-hmm.
He's swimming with dolphins that we discussed with Alan in the fucking video because he's fucked up in the head. That doesn't make any sense to anyone besides him. So, and there's a Hollywood's filled with guys like that. You just walk down the street, there's a guy, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna sign with Martin Scorsese and they're gonna make my biopic tomorrow, man. This fun guy's gonna walk off and we're never gonna hear from him again. That's
Mm-hmm.
not true. But they all walk around that place thinking that, living in their head like that, treating themselves like that, actually physically trying to put themselves in this position to be that, even if financially and everything around them says that they're not that, they'll still sit in that cheap hotel room waiting for the guy to give them a call that might give them a break. And in the meantime, they'll suck dick on the corner for it until they get the fucking break. It's weird. It's a weird fucking mentality, dude. I immediately went there and said, I could see why so many people came here and lost all their shit. And
Right.
said, I'm out. I'm going, you know. And most of the rock stars that are smart, they like go there for the business, but then they go, nah, I'll keep my house in Florida or
Mm-hmm.
wherever, Miami or some other place. I don't know, anywhere other than here, you know.
Right.
So, or, you know, Axel locks himself behind walls in fucking Malibu because he has the money to do that. But unless you have that kind of dough, you could going around the town, you're going to see a lot of fucking derelicts, man. A lot of fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's just the way it is, man. If you go to the La La Land, it's La La Land. It's not real. It's all fake.
Right.
So I'm never surprised by the stories I hear about any of these yahoos or the shit that goes on because I experienced weird shit there myself that just didn't make sense. And I was a nobody. I was like, why would you all want to? I'm nobody. I'm just a bass player in a fucking no name band. So what the fuck? If you could imagine if you're CC DeVille, how you could get locked in a Hollywood mansion with some fucked up people that are vampires stealing your money and doing all your drugs. Happens very easily. Chuck Negron probably could have told you a story too about that guy. Yeah, he was right there in the 70s when they were all fucked up on the drugs. So
Right.
but Wendell wanted to let you know before we leave the show here tonight that I just cannot express this enough, Wendell. There's no reason for you to suffer through 6 hours of having to spin the tunes. You could have asked me or Ruben to step up and take the second mic from Aiken and fill in, and we would have done it for you. We would have done it. We'd done it for the CMS.
Right.
For the legacy, for the 30-year legacy, Wendell.
Right.
So I don't know why you're afraid of us. All we would do is just do what Aiken does. We would just, you know, give a little tit for tat and read off some stories and we can talk about some stuff. But instead you chose to just go into silent mode and spin the tunes and hang out with Shelly Rocks. And it's not going to get you any ratings, my friend. Just letting you know that right now. Right. You would probably break the CMS ratings bank if you crossed right now and said, we're going to do a CMS versus wrap up show head to head. That would break all of your ratings. Definitely break our rating. We have no ratings, but it
Right.
would definitely break your ratings as well because so
Right.
many people would be very, very interested to see
Right.
what it would be like to have Evil and Wendell go face to face.
Right.
Or there's many people out there, voices to me. They want you, Ruben, because you were on the show. You were kind of X'd from the show, but they kind of want
Yeah.
to see you go back on the show.
Back on
to
the
see
show.
Yeah, for
And
round
say,
2
hey
or 3 or
guys.
whatever it would be. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, Aiken,
No.
if the power's out, you need a Saturday night off. You just send a little message over to. You don't even have to talk to us. Just do it through Andrew. You can do it covertly through Andrew. Andrew, grab your guys. Can one of them fill in secretly, and we'll just all of a sudden fire it up. And then there's Ruben sitting there next to Wendell.
That would be fun.
That would be awesome. So I'm just saying,
Oh, well.
Wendell, you got to think outside the box with these things, my friend.
Right.
If you're snowed in Ohio or Chicago, you should know there because Chicago is like Snow City, right? So
Sure.
if you're snowed in Indiana, Chicago, and the weather's not looking good, and you're thinking that the fat man's going to skip out the back door and take his IT business with him, you just reach out to Ruben and Evil, and one of us will step up and help you. So. Yeah. Also, just ladies and gentlemen, I was on a Facebook ban this week for 3 days. So don't know who reported me, but fuck you. You're an asshole. If it was Zuckerberg just doing a random sweep, I don't know.
Right.
I was the only one I saw. They got caught up in the sweep. And it was from they do this thing where they say your post goes against community guidelines against sexually suggestive or explicit material. And then they show the photo, but it's just all blurred out. And they said, because we can't show it because it goes against guidelines. And I'm like, well, then how do I know what it was that I posted? I didn't learn from this encounter. I was just slapped on the wrist and told 3-day ban and we'll take the post down, but we're not going to tell you which post it was. And what's weird about that, ladies and gentlemen, is Evil doesn't post things. There's a few of the memes I do make, as we know, with Eddie and the CMS. But anything else I post is something I took from another meme group or another, someone else that's already posted on Facebook. So how do I get busted for that? I wasn't the originator of this stupid meme.
Right.
So, but anyway, so that happened. If you ever get in a situation, I know because I came back and my DMs were just all, where did you go? Again, we were messaging and you disappeared. I didn't mean to disappear, ladies and gentlemen. I got Zuckerberg came and kicked me in the nuts for 72 hours and said, go away, Evil. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. Oh, also, before we leave the show today, I want to make mention we will have upcoming here, at least with me and Andrew, a very special CMS related guest who hasn't been on the CMS in some time. Might be mentioned here and there in the histories of CMS lore, but he's now a grown up, fine young man, and he's going to come on the show and speak to me and Andrew, possibly Ruben if Ruben can make it. But we're going to be bringing that to you here shortly. And so I think we're going to keep diving through these old guests that can't find their way onto a telephone to get a hold of Aiken and Neely, but somehow they can jump on a Zoom call with us. So we're going to keep doing that.
There you go.
Whether you like it or not, Mr. Wendell. So anyways, I love you, my brother Wendell. Despite all of your ill feelings towards me, that someday I hope that we can ride our docking bikes together. Off into the sunset of New Mexico with Dawn. And by the way, so, because Evil is a news junkie. I'm a crime junkie. And so when this lady got abducted in Tucson, I mean, my mind just went right over to Wendell. I thought, was Wendell visiting Dawn and he just drove an extra hour east or west, I guess it would be, to Tucson and pulled into this lady's house to say hi. Maybe he saw an opportunity to make a few more shekels from the ransom note,
Right.
So for that guy, think about that. You put so much time and effort into a ransom note and kidnapping this poor reporter's mom, who's 84 years old. If you put as much effort into working a 9 to 5, you'd probably be a bazillionaire like Elon Musk. I'm just saying. I mean, it's probably not going to end well for you either. I think no matter which way you cut. I mean, even if you get the money, you don't think the FBI is not going to track you down after the way they just grabbed Maduro out of a third world country and scooped him up. You don't think that when you get this ransom money in that garbage can in Los Angeles, do you think you're going to snake off with it? You don't think that fucking FBI is going to just go, no, you don't.
Oh,
what an idiot, this motherfucker. So, but it's good for television ratings, and it did make me wonder: Wendell, when was the last time you were in New Mexico, man? Watching you,
right.
All right, Joe. We got to get the ghoul tracker on that and see if the ghoul tracker tracked him to Tucson. That might tell us if he was ghouling around in the desert.
Right.
Hey, Eric Braverman, watch the border. See if the old lady's being Wendell's trying to ship her across the border for a ransom.
Oh.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I think this will wrap. We gave you plenty of good show here tonight. Rest in peace, Chuck Negron. You had a hell of a life, my friend. 83 years with 3 Dog Night, making millions of dollars, having a lot of sex. That's pretty cool. So, and for all of you out there, be like my brother Wendell. Use a prophylactic. Don't let your dick turn into a fucking, burnt hot dog or some shit.
Oh my God.
So for safety purposes, Chuck would tell you that after his experience.
Yeah.
Not pleasant. So anyways, yes, ladies and gentlemen, until next week, maybe sooner than next week, in just a couple days, we're going to talk to our long lost CMS friend, and he's going to know all about this too. And I'm going to give this to you because we know that Wild Mick would tell you, and Chuck Negron would put him up right now and give you taters.
Raise your horns.